Yep, it's me, Orange Robbie, back at it again. So today I wanted to just talk about, it was a little bit hard to come up with a topic today, but it was to talk about how some people might not like the way you have a mindset in terms of playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And conveniently this video is probably going to be titled something along the lines of, "You don't like my Yu-Gi-Oh!" And we've come, I guess, full circle in this game, where a lot of people have the mentality of you have to play the game one certain way. I don't necessarily believe that to be true. Every person has a different learning style. Whether or not you're reaching the same conclusion as those people and determining what you feel is the most optimal play or how you're valuing that play, it's all based on your learning styles and probably how you are valuing cards and resources in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, it's very important to, I guess, keep in mind that when you're playing the game, that there will always be the one play that you swear by that is the most correct play that you can make in any situation. Or if you're trying to read your opponent, actually I had a scenario with this. I know you guys hate me making Vanguard examples, but you know, if you understand the mechanics of any game when I make these examples, I would expect you to be able to follow them. So I found myself in a scenario playing Vanguard a week ago, and in which he was getting ready to, he was playing Shadow Paladin. That doesn't matter to you guys what the deck name is. It's more relaying to my Vanguard audience that's still over here. Playing Shadow Paladin, I expected him to make one play that would necessarily, I felt it would be the most optimal play because it would pressure me more. It basically would guarantee him game with Phantom Blast or Diablo, to just make sure that I didn't have the resources left to kill me. But instead he makes another play which fills up his entire board to swing for game that way. And I was a bad player for not realizing that that scenario could happen with Drag Driver. It's what you get for not playtesting. This is another thing I've said in another video. It's very important that you guys constantly understand how much time that you need to playtest in order to be good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Leaning towards going to a regional this weekend. Not going to have any playtesting except for maybe 30 minutes. I'm going to have a whole car ride of Therio, sure, but you know, I'm not going to bring all of my cards to an event. I'm probably just going to suck it up, and probably, I'm leaning towards ABC. I really am. It's a very linear deck. Very appropriate to talk about in this video. If you guys have watched the last day or two, you've got the chance to see the progress in my mindset for this particular event. I'm leaning towards ABC. I liked Paleo. I don't have enough time to playtest Paleo, get my ratios right. Looking at ABC, granted, the deck is a little bit easy to play. I feel like I could go 6-3 at a 600 man event. I'll even probably X2 if I need to. I just gotta win dice rolls instead of Buster Dragon with a whole bunch of back row. But I'm relying on a deck that is a little bit more autopilot to essentially influence my decision making because of those linear plays. Literally, the deck essentially functionally plays itself. Now, that's not very good. You know, ABCs, they're like 90% autopilot. There's little interaction windows that you have to do when you're behind the driver's seat of your new little sedan. You know, like it's brand new, you're ready to go. You know, you still got to turn the key. You still got to do little things like that. But 90%, it's going to be the same play running through the course of your mind. So basically, the deck is compensating for what I lack for this event, which is skill. Fucking ironic, right? The guy that sits here and makes fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos all the fucking time has a lack of skill because he doesn't have anything to read up on to educate himself because everyone's keeping things a secret at the moment. Damn, fucking mind blown, guys. So, but how am I valuing this? This is the point of this video, with very specific examples. So I'm relying on my past experiences with ABC to essentially guide me, and the fact that the deck is super linear. Actually, not too terrible with linear decks. Never thought I'd fucking say that in my life. I actually really enjoyed Monarchs, being able to just storm forth domain lock, not allow my opponent to play the game. Scenarios like that are very good. You know, yeah, obviously Grass Looks Greener is a very fucking good card, and I pretty much probably lose to that matchup. Sure, that's fine. I understand that, you know. Paleos aren't too terrible of a matchup because Denko Seka is really fucking good. But these are things that you have to consider. You know, with a lack of skill and previous experience, it's not like you don't know. Actually, I know what I'm doing against the current meta. It's actually pretty interesting. I know how to play against Zoo. I know how to play against fucking goddamn Paleozoic. Heroes aren't terrible of a matchup. Though Imperial Order is a card this weekend. This fucking card. This shit right here fucking scares me. Also, like with Max C at 1, I don't know how much of a pressure we're gonna have on the community with the Ghost Ogre right now, because the Ghost Ogre is still really fucking good. It's almost worthy of considering maximum numbers for it with the lack of Max C. Also, Pot of Desire is a very good card. So, valuement of card advantage, things like that, these are all very crucial things to today's metagame. So, someone's going to make the comment, oh man, Robbie's is making a video to justify fucking being terrible at Yu-Gi-Oh! No, that's not true. I've spent the last few weeks playtesting the current format. Ban list rolls out. I know what I'm doing against Zoo. I know how to play Zoo. I know how to play against Paleo. I know how to kind of play Paleo watching my opponents play. It's not that hard to set 5. My friend's fucking borrowing my Minerva, so I know what the fuck he's doing for every 60 card variant ever. You know, the 60 card explosions happen. If you time things right, you're not going to have such a terrible matchup. I'm going to probably value my side more than anything in terms of those matchups. Obviously, those decks do brick. Obviously, ABC bricks. I mean, this is all just the course of this weekend. So, valuing as much as I can about what I know in the current situation. Yeah, Zoo's probably going to kick my ass, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So, to players that are watching this video, make sure that you have some solid background on how you value a card. Say a Pot of Desires in Zoo. The problem with Desires in Zoo is the fact that it's basically a combo extender. Now you don't really give a shit if you banish your rat. 2 extra cards is really good. It might be something that the TCG might evolve with in terms of our metagame. You never know. We tend to... There's been a lot of times in our history in the TCG where we do a lot of things that are a little bit different. Our Zoo variant obviously was much different than the OCGs up until Leica came out. You know, we're not going to have the full diarrhea explosion that they did. They just got link summoning. Their game's relying more on weird, stylish decks over there than in the current TCG. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as well. It's all about how you're valuing your resources. Obviously, in a game where a lot of people just attempt to blow their load turn 1, you know, how many back row are you going to have? Is D-Barrier your only trap card? Do you chain it, say, against metal foes and call Fusion or Pendulum? These are all things that you have to consider, which aspect of the deck is deadlier. I really tend to like that about Yu-Gi-Oh! But, you know, I'm bad at this game, so my opinion doesn't really matter too much. You guys know what I mean? So, for the time being, it's just going to be a nice little slow roll as we spend the next few weeks trying to fucking figure out Yu-Gi-Oh! Can't believe fucking got regional goddamn new ban list. So fucking bad having to readjust and fucking figure out everything in the current format. But hope my side deck choices for the weekend are going to be optimal. Probably Lancia, Denko, possibly a Mirror Force. Storming's going to fucking suck. I feel like a lot of people are going to be putting a lot of emphasis on Storming because of that. So, what do you guys think? I think we're at a point to where I'm semi-confident what we're going to be doing, but I'll have to wait and see. So, guys, leave a comment down below. Please communicate with me down below. Obviously, these videos are my experiences. My experiences only, yes, my opinion does change. I am a human fucking being. Things do tend to differ. from day to day, depending as my opinion changes. Hell, by the time Friday rolls around, I might be playing Zoo, depending on if I learn anything new from my friends that are playtesting at the moment. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. So, alright, Deucerinos. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.